Hey, I'm Joy of Frugal Creative Living, and if you're watching this video, chances are you've been looking at your bank account lately and wondering where it all went wrong. Prices are so high these days, but just because everything costs more doesn't mean you have to spend more. And while those higher level frugal habits like setting short-term and long-term savings goals or having more than one way to generate income, those types of habits are a must in terms of mindset. But in these times when money is tight, you need to know how to stretch every dime. So today I have just a short list of some money stretching tips that are going to help you keep more of your money in your pocket. Know what stuff costs before you hit the checkout. Put that budget brain to work in the aisles, because if you wait until the cashier tells you that you owe $92.34, you're way less likely to change your mind on those 2 for $9 packs of cookies that nobody needs. While you're shopping, use your phone's calculator, or better yet, if you have your grocery store's app on your phone, as you're putting items into the cart, scan them on the app first and hit add to cart in the app. Any items that have digital coupons are going to show that sale price, and you can just keep checking the total to make sure that you're staying on budget. This next tip is to apply the island rule. Before you go to the store with your list of things that you need to buy, and of course I said need because sometimes we don't need the things we say we need, but before you go out with that list, just stop and pretend that you're on an island with no stores anywhere around, and then see what you can fashion, reuse, save, or MacGyver right from your own home. I have what I call a make instead list, and that's something that I started when I was doing a no spend challenge, and I'm constantly adding to this list. If I run out of cleaning spray and I don't have that in the budget for the week, I can just use a mix of water, vinegar, and peppermint oil for quick cleanups. If I run out of shaving cream, I can just use a little bit of hair conditioner instead. It works just as well and it softens the skin. And this is just a list of things that, again, when I don't have whatever it is that I need in my budget, I can figure out ways to make it instead. Cut things in half to stretch them or make them last longer. Sponges are a perfect example of this. You rarely use the full length of the sponge at any one time anyway, so you can cut it in half, use up one half, and when that one is completely worn out, then you use the other half. So it's almost like getting 2 for 1. You can also cut Ziploc bags in half. Sometimes you're using them for items that aren't filling up the whole bag. So you can just cut them in half and then reseal them with a plastic bag sealer or even with a flat iron. If you buy those really thick paper towels because you just cannot do it with those flimsy dollar store paper towels, then you definitely want to cut those in half to make the roll last longer. As a matter of fact, don't even buy paper towels. Just gather all of your old, worn out, or too small t-shirts, cut them up, wash and bleach them, and then use those as hand towels and cloth napkins. Eat your food in order of when it's going to expire instead of what you're in the mood for. You want to remember the acronym FIFO, first in, first out. Organize your fridge, your pantry, your cabinet shelves the same way that the grocery store does. When you bring your groceries in, I know it's tempting to just stick the new stuff right out front and push whatever's already in there to the back. And sometimes I do this with my canned goods and my boxes of pasta, but you really do want to pull out the food that you have and put the new items in the back if the expiration date is further away. And this is really important for those refrigerated items because they're usually the foods that are going to go bad the fastest. Who hasn't discovered that rotting bag of apples or onions in the back of the fridge? Organizing your food according to FIFO, or first in, first out, is going to help you avoid that. Wash your clothes less often. Unless you're really sweaty or dusty, dealing with toddlers, or caring for a group of really sick people, your clothes can probably be worn again without washing them. Just air your clothes out by hanging them outside of the closet overnight and spot clean them whenever possible. It's just going to save you on detergent, water, electricity, and your clothes are going to last longer. And for anyone out there saying, I don't know about that, medical professionals and cleaning experts offer some guidelines around this. And here's some of those guidelines. So for underwear, socks, workout clothes, bathing suits, these should be washed after each wear due to the direct skin contact and potential for sweating and bacteria buildup. T-shirts, tank tops, and camisoles, these should be washed after each wear also, especially if you're sweating or have visible dirt on them. Outerwear like coats, jackets, and dress shirts, if you have an undershirt on underneath, can be worn multiple times before washing unless they get visibly dirty, sweaty, or stained. Jeans can also be worn multiple times before washing depending on your lifestyle and whether they're getting sweaty, dirty, or stained. Again, sweaters and blazers, however, can be worn multiple times before washing, especially if they're worn with something underneath. And then pajamas can be worn several times before washing, especially if you shower before bed, you wear underwear, and you don't sweat excessively. This next tip is to use the rain to clean your car. Now, most people avoid getting their car washed when they see dark clouds in the sky, but you could take advantage of the free rainwater to save money on your water bill. And the next time you see rain in the forecast, just soap up your car and let the rain wash the suds away. And then this last tip is to buy as little food as possible. And I know it's a revolutionary idea, but for so many of us, we feel like if our refrigerator, our freezer, our cabinets aren't full of food, then it seems like we're lacking something or we don't have enough. And then we buy foods based on some possible future mood, like,
I might be in the mood for some turkey tetrazzini on Thursday, or I might want some mint chocolate chip ice cream on Saturday.
And then we buy this extra stuff and sometimes never actually get in the mood for it. So when money is tight or those dollars need to go elsewhere, you can't let your future possible mood determine today's spending. You need to let today's planned spending determine your future possible food. And the best way to avoid buying more food than you need is through meal planning. Deciding ahead of time what you are going to eat throughout the week, and then buying the foods that accommodate that plan. And maybe you're thinking, yeah, but meal planning doesn't always seem to work for me, or, it just never works out. Check out this video right here to see what mistakes you might be making in your meal planning process and how to correct those mistakes so that meal planning can actually work for you and save you money. Frugal living isn't just about cutting costs. It really is so much about getting creative, making do, and then being proud of what you can do and what you can come up with on a little. Because it's not about your resources, it is about your resourcefulness. If you found any of these tips helpful, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend that you think might find it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye.